Hey everyone, Dennis Fassett, the Cash Flow Mercenary. This is another installment of the Renegades Year in Perspectives. You know, last time I talked about how I made the decision to get into real estate and how I needed to find something that would fit into my work schedule as my company was tanking and so on and so forth. And the thing that I wanted to make clear is that when I got into real estate, I didn't have a burning desire to get into real estate, didn't have a burning desire to own properties or do any of that kind of stuff. I got into real estate because it was a means to an end, and because all the analysis that I did indicated that real estate was something that I could do, you know, on the side. Now, once I made that decision, it was really interesting kind of going through the process of figuring out what in real estate I wanted to pursue, because the great thing about it is that there are so many different niches in the real estate business that you can pursue and make money and do well at and create the safety net that that it's a really cool thing to pursue. So I started from scratch. I mean, literally, like I mentioned last week, I knew nothing about real estate, zero. Aside from buying a personal residence, selling that one and buying a second one, I didn't know anything about it. I had never bought properties or speculated or even really looked at any investing books or anything like that. It really was starting from scratch. So I did what I thought was a smart course of action, is I went and got my real estate license. And that turned out to be really a brilliant decision, really spectacular decision, because it really kind of filled in the gaps and gave me a foundation of knowledge that I really needed. And I happened to hit it just right. I mean, the company that in the area here that I took my class from, I ended up getting the owner of the company because the person that was going to teach the class was sick. And this woman was absolutely a fantastic wealth of information. The Q&A was spectacular, and I loved it. It was 40 hours of instruction, and I was sorry to see it end. It was such a good, worthwhile class. I was blown away how much I enjoyed it. I don't think I would have enjoyed it nearly as well had the original person taught it, but with the owner, it was spectacular. So I started doing that. And naturally, the next extension was, once I got my license, I hung my license with a retail realtor. I considered being a retail realtor for a little while, and I tried doing that. And after I'd done a couple listings and tried showing a couple properties, I quit that in a hurry. I just don't think it's possible to really be a retail realtor part-time. I just don't think there's any such thing as part-time, because people want to see the properties when they want to see them. Even trying to be a listing agent didn't really work that well. So I got out of that really quickly, but I kept my license at this company. And then I started to do investments, investment property. Started to do flips, really, and as I kind of did my mail campaign, my letter campaign, and I got my first couple of houses, I was really conflicted as to when I got the first one, whether to do flip or a rental. And a guy that I was kind of using as my somewhat mentor said that he would kick me in the butt if I did anything but keep that house as a rental. I bought it at such a good price. And so that kind of started my career as a rental property owner, because I didn't even plan to be a rental property owner. What I wanted to do was create the current income at the time to create the safety net like we talked about. But ended up being starting out, my first property was a rental property instead. Went on to do a couple of flips successfully. They turned out really well, but I found that to be difficult to do, because I'm a type A bare knuckle control freak. I found that to be very difficult to do while having a full-time job. I never found anybody that I could trust that was cost effective to run my jobs or anything like that. So that didn't work out. So really, I was left with being a rental property owner, and that has been spectacularly rewarding, and I've done really well at it since. So the bottom line is, if you're going to decide to get into real estate to create a safety net while you've got a full-time job, I think it's a great decision, and there's tons of different things you can do within real estate to make money doing it. So I encourage you to keep plugging away and research the different niches that are within real estate, and pick the one that's right for you, that fits your personality and really fits your need. If you need the cash now, then you may want to try flips. If not, you may want to stick with rental properties like I did. This is Dennis Fassett, the Cash Flow Mercenary. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk again next week.